What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again, and I can't believe I'm getting out another stream today. I've just had, after kind of just in between work, I've now gotten another spurt of time to do a stream, and it's a Sunday evening. I'm trying to get out as many videos as I can on the weekends because weekends are usually my most available times. But anyway, so we finished off the season 48, 31, and 3. Off camera, I did the more scouting. I signed everyone. I also sent out contract extensions to Podkolzin and Kolachonik as they need extensions. You know who else needs extensions? Kyrou and Wright. And both of them don't want it right now. I only have $2.05 million in cap space for next year as of right now, so there's something's going to have to be done. Because, and not to mention, Kyrou also wants 11.5 million for one year for whatever reason, and then Wright, he wants a 6-year deal worth 10 million, and there's no way we're gonna get both of these ones done. So there's gonna have to be some changes made. That's the only way that this is gonna work. But yeah, Podkolzin, I gave a he's getting about should be getting 1.250 next year. And then Kolachonik, I gave him another million. So hopefully that shouldn't be anything too extreme. But it just shows in the offseason we might have to part ways with some of our veteran players, such as uh, where is he? John Klingberg, who is making that 8.6 nearly million a year, and we just can't afford that anymore. So anyway, we might be having to part ways with Nick Schmaltz, who's making 6.3 as well, and maybe even Andre Palat, who are all good fits for the team. We just do not have the space to any longer just carry on with them. So anyway, at least Wright can move up into the first line center role. And then we'll go into the more of this in the off season during the not this episode but the next episode. Wright will probably move into Schmaltz's spot, even though he's a perfect fit. We can trade Schmaltz for some high value, and then Gunther can also move into Palat's area. We can move Keller to the right side and have Gunther move up, and we'll have another open spot on the roster, which can hopefully be claimed by someone. Then on the defensive side, Klingberg, we're gonna have Juracek move up to here, and hopefully we could find someone, a bottom 2D man, maybe Deneen or Mayo or one of those guys we can maybe be able to sign to a short deal. Anyway, hopefully the cap will also go up a bit as well. But now we're in the playoffs. We're the second seed in the Central, going up against Dallas in round one. We're going to do what we usually do. We have home ice advantage for the first time. Maybe the second time. And first period, Matthews on the power play and Dale Andrea 1-1 after the first into the second period. Matthews on the power play, Pavelski and Pickett, however, make it 3-2 for Dallas, and then Hyman scores to make it 3-3. Third period, Dallas scores 4 goals with Robertson, Stankoven, Dale Andrea, and Hintz, as Dallas wins 7-3 in Arizona in Game 1, and I'm already having a sinking feeling in my stomach at the thought of losing another first-round series, and Wright had 3 assists. Kolachonik resigns. I signed out to some minor league players. Podkolzin doesn't want that offer, so we might have to work on Podkolzin in the offseason. He is a good fourth-line winger to have, because I don't think his potential is going to reach that high, so I kind of want him to stick around. Again, Game 2, Chychrun on the power play and then Stankoven, 1-1. Second period, Robertson and Hintz, but then make it 3-1. Matthews makes it 3-2, and then third period, Arizona fights back. It's Palat, Matthews, and then Wright on the power play, as it is a 5-3 win. We split the series in Arizona as we head to Dallas, tied. Matthews with 4 goals in the series. Excellent. I really want to... Let me send out an offer real quick. I want to see what Podkolzin actually... Still wants an offer. Asking price is 1.4. 1.25. Mostly because I don't have that much cap space. You can see down there I don't have the cap space. 1.3. Alright. Now going into game 3. We have a must-win if we want to keep the series alive because we're in Dallas for 3 of the next 4 games. We want to have home ice. Now, game 3 in Dallas. Matthews on the power play scores in the first to make it 1-0 in the second. Matthews, Schmaltz, Hyman, Chychrun, and Matthews with the hat trick. So Matthews has a hat trick in this game. Third period. Matthews gets his 4th goal of the game. Then Shore, Gunther, and then Klingberg on his former team as you win 9-1. I'm not convinced, as last year against Edmonton was a much better team though, that we beat Edmonton 9-2 in Game 3 at home. This time it was on the road, but it was at home. And Podkolzin re-signed. But I'm not convinced until we have more than a 1-game series lead because we didn't win a game after we won 9-2 against Edmonton. Matthews with 8 goals in 3 games, though. That's pretty impressive. Game 4 in Dallas. Pavelski and then Kyrou and Palat make it 2-1. Robertson and Pickett make it 3-2 for Dallas going into the third. 4-4 Chychrun, and then Sagan restores the lead, make it 4-3 for Dallas. But then Jiricek on the power play gives us a 4-4 tie. We are going to overtime. Matthews went from a 95 to a 90. Oh, is that 90? Okay, it says 95. I thought he went to a 96. I was like, oh my gosh. All right. Time to do some commentation. Our offense is 98 overall, defense 89, goaltending 86. Hopefully that goaltending stat will go up. The defense is going to have to drop, unfortunately, for next season, but it'll start climbing up again, and so will the offense. It's hard to build super teams at a salary cap era. Matthews is $14 million when he'd usually around this time be getting $11 million. That's $3 million we should have back. That could be going to Wright or Kyrou, because I want to bring both of them back. Not sure if we can though. Now Schmaltz and Hintz in the face-off dot in Game 4 here. Now Chychrun takes it. If we score, if Arizona scores, they have a 3-1 series lead. If Dallas scores, we go back to Arizona tied. Now Robertson has it, gets hit. Kyrou takes it. Kyrou over to Fiala. Fiala takes it up the ice. Gets hit hard by Heiskanen. Schmaltz tries to pick it up, can't get it. Huge hit by Kyrou on whoever that was. Heiskanen takes it in. He's on Chychrun. Oh, interception, but Kyrou is laid out by Hintz. Heiskanen takes it again. Gets hit, but Robertson picks it up over to Hintz. Hintz shoots, saved, and rebound, and that scores. That's Pitkanen. Dallas scores and wins 5-4 as we drop our 4th straight OT playoff game. In the last, we won 2 against St. Louis, and then we haven't won 1 since. That's unfortunate. We could have had a stranglehold, and we have nothing now. Okay, come on. Alright, we outshot them as well. That's unfortunate. That's frustrating. Alright, Game 5 in Arizona. Basically a must-win for us if we're going back to Dallas. Edmonton swept Chicago. No other series is done. Game 5 in Arizona. It's a big game, that's for sure. First period, Ryan Suter scores. He's still playing. 40 years old or something, and it's 1-0. Second period, Kolichonik and Podkolzin justifying their extensions as they each get the goals to make it 2-1. Going into the third, Arizona wins with Soderstrom, Ben, and then Kolichonik with his 2nd goal of the game with an empty netter. Arizona wins 4-2 as we have a chance to close out the series in our first series win since the 2020 bubble playoffs, which at this point would have been about 5 seasons prior. Game 6 in Dallas. First period, 2-2. Gurionov and Matthews on the power play exchange, and then Pavelski and Matthews hits his 2nd of the game. Second period, 3-3. Matthews with his second hat trick of the series, and Robertson exchanged goals. Third period. 5-5. Heiskanen scores shorthanded. Pikkanen scores on the power play. Matthews gets his fourth goal game of the series, and Soderstrom makes it 5-5. As with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left, we score 2 goals and force overtime. We're going back to overtime, second time in the series in Dallas. A crucial game for us. If we win this, we win our first playoff series since 2020. What do you think? How many seasons ago? It's 2025, so 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020. Yeah, 5 years. Yeah, 5 seasons prior we had won a series. Game 6 in Dallas at American Airlines Center. Schmaltz and Hintz in to take the draw. Hintz wins it back to Heiskanen. Heiskanen takes it into the zone. Takes it behind the net, over to Hintz. Hintz is behind the net. Pumps it back up to the point to Johnson, over to Heiskanen, over to Pikkanen, over to Robertson. Saved by Sorokin. Robertson keeps the puck. Does a little shoulder shimmy, I want to say. Schmaltz takes the puck now. Over to Klingberg. Klingberg over to Fiala. Fiala takes it into the offensive zone. Over to Schmaltz. Heiskanen now takes it on a feed from Robertson, who gets it over to Pitkanen. Pitkanen hit by whoever 22 is. I think that's Fiala. Now over to Robertson. Klingberg takes it from him. Over to Kyrou. Good move. Kyrou over to Chychrun. Chychrun's in. He shoots. Saved by Ottinger. Now Kyrou takes it. Kyrou in. Tries to stuff it in. Ottinger is able to cover it up, but he gives it away. Jens Johnson to Kyrou. Kyrou takes it behind, has it. He gets over to Schmaltz. Schmaltz can't pull the trigger. Gurianov takes it over to Ben. Ben is in. Over to Pavelski. Pavelski shoots, blocked. Klingberg now gets it over to Chychrun, over to Fiala. Fiala's in. What a dangle. He goes around the net. Over to Palat. Saved by Ottinger. Matthews has 16 points in 6 games. Oh my gosh. Now Matthews has the draw. He's with Keller and Palat on his wings. Wins the draw. Over to Klingberg. Shoots it on Ottinger. It's saved. He covers it up again. Halfway through overtime now. Matthews. On the draw. Wins it. Palat shoots. Blocked. Now Keller. Best season of his career this year with playing on the wing with Matthews. Now Palat over to Keller. Over to Klingberg. Over to Chychrun. Over to Keller. Over to Klingberg. I think that was Palat's helmet that fell off. Matthews tries to get a shot off. Can't. Chychrun blast one. Blocked by Ben. Now Fiala takes it. Or turns it over. Matthews shoots. He scores with his 5th goal of the game. Austin Matthews has done something we have not seen since, I'd say, the late 80s, when Mario Lemieux scored 5 goals on the Philadelphia Flyers, and he does it in Dallas as the Arizona Coyotes win their first playoff series of this new era. What a huge goal for this franchise. If they hadn't been able to get out of the first round this year, they'd probably be making Maple Leaf jokes, old Avalanche jokes, and Washington Capitals jokes from the years previous and the decade previous. And now here we are. There's the game winner right there. 5 goals in a game. And he did 4 twice in the series. As we win that playoff series. Now, who our opponent will be in the next round, we shall wait. So let's see. Playing Colorado, the team that won the division on the last day of the season. team that took us out in 2020. Let's see. So Colorado beat St. Louis in 7. Vancouver beat San Jose in 7. Edmonton beat Chicago in 4. Pittsburgh beat Philly in 6. Rangers beat Capitals in 5. Panthers beat Toronto in 7. Buffalo beat Tampa in 7. Now this is a new challenge with Colorado. Fared pretty evenly with them over the season. Matthews with 17 points, 13 goals in 6 games is incredible. And we have game 1 in Colorado at Ball Arena. First period. Kyrou, Soderstrom, and Hyman, 3-0. Second period. Matthews scores twice, once on the power play, and then Quat scores for Colorado, make it 5-1. McKinnon scores, but Matthews with his 3rd hat trick of the playoffs. This is incredible, what he has been able to do. And it is now 1-0 in favor of Arizona. Matthews with 20 points in 7 games. This is crazier than McDavid's pace. Now game 2 in Colorado. 1-0. It's Juracek. Second period. Newhook ties the game, but Fiala responds a minute later to make it 2-1. Third period. Gauthier scores as we are now up 2-0, winning both games in Colorado. This is incredible. Up 2-0. Going home. Against Colorado now in game 3 at home. Take a 2-1 lead. Matthews scores twice and McKinnon scores once. It's 2-1 going into the second. Matthews with his 4th hat trick of the playoffs. This is breaking records all over the globe as he scores his 3rd of the game already going into the 3rd period. Palat and Keller gets the empty netter as Gerard makes it 4-2 on the power play, but Keller seals the deal. We are up 3-0 against the division winner Colorado Avalanche, who we tied with in the regular season and had more wins against. 19 goals in 9 games for Matthews. You would think this was actual people have played these games. Now game 4, we have a chance to sweep Colorado. Colorado comes out and scores 3 in the first. Comfer on the power play, Grimaldi and Niederreiter make it 3-0 for Colorado. They outshot us 20-7 in the first. Second period. Kolachonik and Gauthier, a couple of our depth guys, scored to even put us within 1. And we are down 3-2 going into the third. Brandon Montour scores with the empty netter with 3 seconds to go as Colorado avoids the sweep and wins game 4, heading back to Colorado. Game 5 in Colorado. Trying to force a game 6 after being down 3-0. Arizona comes out first. It's Fiala on the power play. Second period. No scoring. Third period. Shane Wright gives them a 2-0 lead. Comfer scores with 18 seconds left, but it's not enough as Arizona is going to the Western Conference Finals for the first time since 2012 in that incredible run. So we down Colorado in 5. Excellent. Now that was a quick round. All the teams are done already. We're facing the Oilers, who down to the Canucks in how many games? Who beat the Canucks in 6. The Rangers beat the Penguins in 6, and Florida beat Buffalo in 6. Florida and the Rangers out. That was my prediction for the conference final this year, Florida and the Rangers. And the Coyotes and the Oilers, the Oilers made it to the conference final this year. So did the Rangers. The Coyotes did not, that's for sure. Now, game 1 of the Western Conference Finals in Edmonton, who we also tied with in points, but they ended up winning their division as well. First period. Martinook, one of their depth guys, scores to make it 1-0 early. Second period. Gunther and Gauthier on the power play give us a 2-1 lead, but Draisaitl and McDavid score to make it 3-2. Now, third period. Victor Rask makes it 2. Nick Schmaltz scores with a minute left to make it 4-3, but it's not enough. We fall in game 1, 4-3 to the Oilers. If you can get a split at Edmonton, that'd be preferable. Matthews, if you want to show up, now would be the excellent time. It's been a couple games since your last hat trick. I know you've had 4 already, but I wouldn't mind some more. Game 2, first period. Darnell Nurse scores the only goal of the period. Second period. Schmaltz and Klingberg give us a 2-1 lead going into the third. Nathan Gauthier showing up in this conference final as he gives us a 3-1 win against the Oilers in Game 2, going home. Oh wait, no, we had home ice advantage. Oh, I just noticed that because now we're in Edmonton. Oh, I just realized that. So we're going back to Edmonton for Game 3. Puljujärvi and Schmaltz, excuse me, they offset each other. It's 1-1 going into the second. McDavid and Palat offset each other. It's 2-2 going into the third. We're going to overtime as McDavid and Kyrou offset each other as we're going to overtime for the first time since Game 6 against Dallas. Pivotal game in the series. It's Game 3. Whoever wins this will have a 2-1 series lead. Matthews scored the OT winner to give us the 1 OT win that we had in the first round. Edmonton, it's not known, but they have a 91 overall defense, which is shocking. Our defense is now 90. It was just 89. So that means either Juracek or Kolachonik went up. Or Klingberg, because he's been pretty well. 296 overalls, and they have a 94 overall offense. That's funny. I mean, we took Hyman from them for Lehkonen. Now Schmaltz and McDavid taking the draw. McDavid wins it back to Nurse. They eliminated us last year. They're not going to do it this year. Schmaltz steals it from Nurse, who gets it to Kyrou. Kyrou has some room. He speeds ahead. Gives it to Schmaltz. Schmaltz shoots. Saved by Skinner. Now Fiala takes it. He gets hit. Gets it over. Yamamoto steals it. Yamamoto takes it. He dumps it in behind the net. Klingberg's able to take it. Gets it over to Chychrun. Chychrun over to... I can't tell who that's. Schmaltz. Schmaltz over to Kyrou. Kyrou loses it, but we keep it. Chychrun over to Klingberg. Over to Fiala. Fiala over to Schmaltz. Schmaltz shoots. He scores! Nick Schmaltz gets a second of the game. And we take Game 3 4-3 in overtime. What a huge goal. I had faith in this team going into the playoffs, and hopefully this faith is not going to be mistaken. My last Arizona franchise mode, they ended up winning the cup in their 4th year. Hopefully we can do the same here. We have a 2-1 series lead going into Game 4 in Edmonton. Let's see if we can get this done. Schmaltz snipes it past Skinner for a 4-3 victory in Game 3. Six wins from the cup. Now, going into Game 4 against Edmonton. Pivotal game in the series. First period. 2-1 us. Gauthier and Matthews on the power play, but Martinook makes it 2-1. Second period. 4-1. Soderstrom and Fiala on the power play, going into the third. 6-1 win. Schmaltz and Fiala getting his second, as Arizona now leads the Oilers 3-1, going into Game 5 in Arizona with a chance to go to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time in this franchise's history. Matthews has 20 goals in 15 games along with 25 points. This is a crazy playoff, if I do say so. Game 5 in Arizona. First period. 2-0 Arizona as Fiala and Matthews both score with a minute 39, with 2 goals within the last minute 39 seconds of the first period. Second period. No scoring. Third period. 3-0 shutout as Matthews hits the empty netter, and your Arizona Coyotes win the Western Conference and are going to the Stanley Cup Final as they defeat the Oilers in 5 games. They have only lost 4 games on their way to the final. They are 12-4. The Panthers, the Panthers and the Coyotes. Is this perfect? The battle of the sun. Similar records in the regular season. We had 2 more wins and 1 more loss. They had 3 more OT losses. We have home ice advantage. Game 1. First period. Matthews scores with 38 seconds to go in the first to give Arizona the lead. Second period. Jonathan Huberdeau ties it to make it 1-1. Third period. No scoring. We are going to overtime as Florida is out shooting us pretty badly, 30 to 18. But here we are. Game 1 overtime in the Stanley Cup final. The Coyotes and the Panthers. Who could have predicted this Stanley Cup final? I mean, I could have predicted the Coyotes portion because that's kind of what I'm trying to do. But the Panthers, I had them going to the final in 2022, this last current season, and they didn't end up getting there. But Ekblad is a 90 overall defenseman, and I have trouble believing that because he's been injured for a lot. We have better stats all around except goaltending. Who's taking the draw? Kirk is taking the draw to start the overtime because we are on the penalty kill. Now Gallagher takes it over to Huberdeau. Over to Gallagher. Gallagher blocked. Barkov takes the puck in front. Tries to get it. Can't get it. Huberdeau tries to block it. Poke check by Sorokin. He still has it. To kill off another 45 seconds. Barkov tries to take it in. Saved by Sorokin, who gets it over to Klingberg, who dumps it out. Forsling now has it, who dumps it into their zone. Now Giorchek gets it. He's able to dump it out and get some players off for a line change. I don't think anyone off. Now Gallagher takes it in. Poke checked. Kirk gets it over to Hyman. Hyman takes it. He's wasting time. Now Kirk takes it. Kirk over to Klingberg. Is in. Saved. Now Forsling takes it. Klingberg hits Forsling hard. They're in. Gallagher in. Missed the net. Barkov, Huberdeau, save on the one-timer. As the penalty is basically killed. 1 second left on the penalty kill. Matthews has 11 more goals than anyone who's next, and the next person is no longer in the playoffs. It's probably more points probably more goals than a lot of people have points. Kirk wins the draw against is that Giroux? I want to say. Kirk gets it over. Who's out of the box? That is who's number 90. I don't know. Soderstrom gets it over to Keller. Shoots a rebound in front. Knight's able to save it. Now Gauthier saved. Gauthier was the one in the box. Now Sandin over to Soderstrom, over to Gauthier, over to Sandin. Sandy shoots, blocked in front. Verhaeghe now takes it. Intercepted, but Giroux's able to regain it. Denisenko now takes it. Sandin able to take that. Palat now has it. Gets poke checked by Giroux. Giroux takes it in. Hit. Now Sandin takes it over to Keller. Keller takes it into the offensive zone. Nope, he gobbles back around. Now Matthews over to Palat. Palat over to Matthews. Over to Keller. Over to Sandin. Over to Matthews. Over to Keller. Over to Matthews. Over to one-timer by Palat, and it's blocked. Now Barkov takes it up. Shoots on Sorokin, and it's a save, and he holds it there. Jeez, it's hard to commentate. Your voice can get tired. Schmaltz now has it. The draw against Barkov. Loses the draw. Gallagher takes it. Tries to get it out. Nope, can't get it. Peek over to Gallagher. Gallagher shoots. Saved by Sorokin. Last time Florida was in the final, 1996, they were swept by the Avalanche. It was their 3rd season in the league. They've had trouble with prolonged success in their history. The last few years have been monumental to them as they make the playoffs every year. Now Barkov off the faceoff misses the net. Now Fiala takes it up the ice. Gets past one. Tries to shoot it. Is poke checked away. Forsling now takes it. Gets it over to Barkov. Over to Gallagher. Over to Barkov, who's in on a 2-on-1. Barkov shoots. Saves. Sandin puts it under Sorokin's pads, and it's covered up. Now I have Schmaltz and Barkov in the face-off dot. They've dominated in the face-off dot all night. They win that one as well. Huberdeau, Gallagher. Klingberg's able to take that one away, though. Fiala is hit. Kyer's able to take it, but it's offside. Matthews and Huberdeau tied in points. Barkov right behind there. Once this game ends, my food is here, so hopefully I can take a break and go eat food. Now Schmaltz is able to take it. He gets hit, over to Schmaltz. Peek, over to Huberdeau. What a save by Sorokin. Klingberg now has it, over to Kyrou. Kyrou takes it, gets hit. Now Forsling takes it. Over to Barkov. Barkov over to Gallagher. Gallagher takes it in. He shoots, saved by Sorokin. Now Klingberg takes it, over to Fiala. Fiala over to Schmaltz. Schmaltz over to Kyrou. Kyrou's in. Dumps it in to Schmaltz. Schmaltz behind the net. Over to Kyrou. Kyrou over to Schmaltz. Over to Gunther. Saved. Schmaltz blocked and hit away. Verhaeghe has a shot that's saved. Now over to Kyrou. Kyrou behind the net, over to Barkov. Barkov over to Ekblad. Ekblad over to Weegar. I'm actually going to pause it right here and go get food.